Welcome to Gamepinions episode 43. I'm your host, Calman, and today I'm joined by Miss Nook's most popular, Kim Kim.
Hello, and I am joined by a strawberry smoothie.
Strawberry smoothie from McDiddly Doodlies.
Yes.
Very good, actually. It is really hitting the spot. So this is Gamepinions episode 43. Those of you that are on our YouTube channel, welcome to the Gamepinions Animal Crossing podcast studio here on Raftel. Really exciting to unveil this new studio, which we have been compiling parts to for really since the launch of the game. So I'm really excited about that. We don't have a studio in real life currently.
Yeah.
We actually record in a car. So having a studio in-game is really exciting, and it's awesome to finally have something on YouTube that's not just a static image of our podcast thumbnail. So I'm super excited about this podcast studio. This was definitely a collaborative effort between me and Kim Kim. Kim Kim really did the brunt of the designs. So without her ingenuity, this probably wouldn't look nearly as cool as it does. So Kim Kim, definitely thank you for that.
Well, yeah, no problem.
So we're super excited about this. Another cool thing about this episode, I wanted to make this episode probably, I think, this past weekend, but we got busy and we're really focusing in on working on things. But we are 2 years old now. Gamepinions podcast is 2 years old. We are now on our third year, which is just absolutely crazy to think about. Kim Kim, it feels like just yesterday we were sitting in this place called Freddy's, Frozen Custard, talking about a potential game podcast, and really pumped up about it. I think there was snow on the ground outside, and we were super excited to start this podcast. And we are 43 episodes in our mainline series. Of course, that's not including our bonus episodes and all that. And just a lot of time has gone into us, crafting this podcast and, continuing to grow and kind of become our own thing. So it's been a really fun 2 years. You've been here since the start. So
It feels like I feel so old.
yeah.
But it's already been 2 years, and although things are a little hectic still, we're only going to get better at this and organizing it and figuring out better ways to do what we're doing now and improve. So I'm super excited for the future and what we have, going on. We definitely have more people joining in and excited to actually be part of it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've gotten to record with TJ, my brother, Dakota, who is my best friend, and then John, who is another really good friend of mine, and it's been awesome. I mean, this year already has seen us finally record with all four people, which was something that I talked about in the prologue episode. Something that I really wanted to strive for was eventually having four people on the podcast. Is it the way that I initially imagined? No. I mean, we're all remote except for me and Kim, who are here together recording. So it's definitely different than how I imagined it, but it's still awesome. And we've learned to kind of overcome the whole, remote podcasting thing, and we're still improving that. So it's really exciting. I'm really happy. This is the longest I've worked on a project before. So it's really cool that 2 years in, we're still really happy and passionate and excited to continue. So I'm really excited about the future of Gamepinions going forward. And now we have a brand new virtual studio you guys get to watch, so that's really cool. To go along with our new studio, we're going to go ahead and implement a new recording schedule.
Woo!
So we are going to be recording on a non-specific date, not really important for you guys to know, but all of our uploads now are going to officially be up on Thursday morning. So that's every single week. Our mainline episode of Gamepinions is going to be up on Thursday mornings. We're still trying to establish our NASCAR bonus episodes, but those are really bonus episodes. They kind of will go up whenever. But our mainline episodes, so episode 44, episode 45, episode 46, etc., those will go up on Thursday mornings. And they'll probably be available on Apple Podcast on Wednesday nights, but it's going to be late on Wednesday nights. So let's just say Thursday mornings.
That's
I'm
better.
not really sure how that algorithm works. It just seems like Apple Podcast gets those first for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much our housekeeping. Kim, have you been? We haven't recorded for a little while.
I've been I have been going crazy with my little Animal Crossing stuff. Like, I'm obsessed, I guess is a better word for it. And of course, I've gotten all these in person, like in real life items that I never thought I would get, that look like game related stuff. I just didn't want any kind of stigma or stereotypes. But I could tell you now, I think I have like two hoodies. I have a hat. I think I have more on the way. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's getting bad. And I'm proud to wear it. Like, yeah, I play Animal Crossing. What do you do?
Yeah, I think that we are very easily influenced by games, and whenever we like a game, we instantly want merchandise for that game. We want something. It doesn't have to be elaborate, it doesn't have to be crazy. Sometimes it's elaborate, but we want something to do with that game. We want to have some kind of piece of clothing, we want to have a hat, we want to have a necklace, like in the case of Death Stranding. We want to have something from the game or something that resembles the game.
We just want to touch it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just get into it. It's very easy to get passionate about games and stuff, and it's always fun to just hop on Etsy, especially because we've had some really good experiences on there, and we'll upload some videos of different things that we've gotten from Etsy. But
Definitely.
I mean, there's just so many talented people out there making awesome stuff, and it's awesome. It's awesome going on there and just seeing like a catalog of things that really, if you and usually better price than how you would get them, and better quality than how you would get them elsewhere.
Yeah. Definitely the quality and definitely the fact that there's a lot of unique stuff that hit there first before they hit anywhere else, really. I mean, most people are just shopping on Amazon nowadays, but what they don't realize is Etsy, especially if you're nerdy or you have a niche, definitely check out Etsy first. I mean, I found out there were shakers on there, and shakers are those little cute toys that have that slow moving water in them with the floating
Mm-hmm.
stickers. And it's like, I think there used to be like a fish maze game where you used to like try to float the fish down into the maze and out. I was like, those are still around on Etsy, you guys. Like, yeah, I've been staring at them for a while.
It's really awesome. And then of course, you support them. You're supporting, small creators, and really helping them out a lot. And you're really getting a lot of times some really awesome stuff in return. So I've been really happy with that. It's been fun. That's been kind of an activity that really both me and you've enjoyed that a lot, Kim.
And for a while, like, I guess, honestly, it might have been a year ago or maybe even just 9, 10 months. I swore off any nerd stuff. I was like, I'm not owning this stuff in person. I don't want this. It's just a bunch of clutter. And Etsy has basically got me back into it. I was like, you know what? I can have a collection box. I can have a box full of collectibles.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I'm just it's too cute not to say, like, you gotta say yes to it. It's adorable.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's something that we've been doing. And of course, we've been super into the Animal Crossing, New Horizons game. Obviously, I think pretty much everybody has, right? Like it's been just absolutely insane. And before we get into it, because we figured that the best way to kick off our brand new podcast studio inside Animal Crossing would probably be to talk about Animal Crossing, right? That makes the most sense. So I just want to go over some news, and this is pretty impressive stuff. During a Q&A portion of Nintendo's financial results, President Shitaro Furukawa, or Furukawa.
Good job, you tried.
I've said it right at some point in time. It's been such a long time since we've actually gone over like news on our podcast. But this is a quote here that I pulled off of NintendoEverything.com. The initial sales of Animal Crossing New Horizons have greatly exceeded our expectations. We were targeting the current sales number for the game's lifetime, considering fans have been awaiting such a long time for this game. But it's all happened at a much faster pace than we anticipated, with 50% of those sales, of course, being digital. Which that's pretty impressive. And just to give some context here, I don't know why my screen is like so tiny.
Oh,
It's so small.
baby font.
Yeah, right. So just to give some context, Wild World on the Nintendo DS sold 11.75 million copies lifetime. City Folk on the Wii sold 3.38 million lifetime. Then we had New Leaf clocking in at 12.45 million, and Happy Home Designer, which is really more or less a spin-off, smaller game, that sold 3.4 million. But as of March 31st, and this doesn't, I don't believe, include the April sales. This is just based on March 31st. Animal Crossing for the Switch, New Horizons, it has already sold 13.35. No, that's not right.
Wow, it's in the 13 millions.
It's already I think it's 13.4.
And that was just the May. That was just the May.
That was just from March 20th.
May. What am I saying? March.
That was just March 20th to March 31st, I believe. So it's actually 3.
That was only out for like 10 days or something, and it has 13 million. Imagine what the sales look like through April.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane how well this game has sold. Let me just verify, because I don't want to be wrong here.
Oh well, if that is the case, I will say
my notes are all jacked up. Let me just see.
Curse that baby font.
Yeah, right? It's just so small. But I'm pretty sure it was 13.41 million already.
That is so many sales. I mean, I understand we and the smaller games not doing well because, they're just small and they were released to specific consoles that I don't think the Wii was that popular, to be honest with you. And most people that did try it out, I mean, I know I ended up trading with my cousin to get the PlayStation during that time, so.
Well, the Wii's attach rate was ridiculous. Unless it was Wii Sports, which came with it, or Wii Fit, the attach rate for the games was very small. So people were not really interested in buying any the main exclusives for the most part. That because it sold incredibly well, the actual system. But if you look at the game sales, it's so night and day between the two, because it just doesn't add up. It's like there's all these consoles, but these units for these games are not being moved. So it's really crazy to think about.
Yeah, and the fact is, during this time, think about 13 million people owning Animal Crossing. I mean, that honestly, that opens up a lot of possible friendships for me. So
yeah,
it's
right?
good news, because the last Animal Crossing, really, 8 years ago or so.
And you kind of got in the tail end of it.
I got in at the very end, and now I actually get to play this new, crisp, clean, super nice version, and I love it. I love the old one, but now I can really get into this one, and I feel like I'm on the same page as the whole world, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, I want to correct myself here, okay?
Okay.
So, within the first 11 days, Animal Crossing New Horizons actually ended up selling 11.7 million copies, but that figure eventually grew to 13.41 million. Now, just for also some further context of the Switch games currently out, it's currently ranked, I believe, 10th. Yeah, I think it's ranked 10th. So it's behind Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which sold 24.77 million.
Woo!
Super Smash Bros. 18.84 million. Breath of the Wild 17.41 million. Super Mario Odyssey 17.41 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield 17.37 million. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu 11.97 million. So actually, I'm assuming that now that this has sold 13.4 million, unless Pokemon has grown as well, I think it's probably safe to assume that it's actually moved up a spot.
Oh my gosh.
So it's impressive. Like they said that they were actually projecting this to be its lifetime sales, but the fact that it's already hit this in less than 3 months.
Now get this, because this is just all of the base game. They always do updates and they
Yeah,
always add content. So I imagine those sales are going to spike once that, especially once Brewster gets put in and people are hyped about him, because he
yeah,
has to come around eventually. And I'm sure as you can actually do more with friends online, I guarantee you that those are going to spike again.
absolutely. And what's even more interesting is there's a shortage in Switches right now. People are scalping them and people are selling them at way higher prices. So really, once this whole pandemic ends and production goes back to normal, who's to say this isn't going to have another surge in its sales numbers once people can actually obtain the Switch? So, and this is like probably one of the most mainstream games that Nintendo has produced in a while. You have politicians playing it, you have movie writers playing it, like script writers and famous writers in various industries playing it. You have celebrities playing it. You have like Elijah Wood showing up in people's towns. Like it's unreal. Like the Detroit Lions used Animal Crossing to unveil their NFL schedule. Like it's completely unreal how much this game has just basically propelled itself into like just a major spotlight, establishing itself as just like a top tier Nintendo franchise now, if it wasn't before.
Yeah,
So it's crazy.
seeing people that I would consider like we would have nothing in common. Suddenly they're playing Animal Crossing and
Yeah.
posting about it. I'm like, oh, do you want to tell us something? Do you play games?
Yeah.
Like, it's just cool. It's so nice, and you don't feel so different. Than,
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. And this is like, it's a small little life simulator, if you want to call it that. And there's just so many different things that you can decide to do in it. And there's been people all over the internet doing some really creative stuff with Animal Crossing. And it's been really awesome to see it. And, we obviously want to continue that trend too. We want to make some cool stuff with Animal Crossing. But then there's other people that aren't doing that. And they're just enjoying their time in it. They're just, picking their fruit. They're digging up their fossils. They're doing the whole bug catching and fish catching, and they're just doing whatever. Then you have people in the stock market that are buying up a ton of turnips and trying to flip them for more money. Going to various towns. We just went to a town this morning.
We did, and it's so crazy because I'm really scared about turnips. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I watched the prices in my town. And I was so like, I don't know, man. This is a lot. So I ended up getting turnips, and anyway, flash forward to today, because we did a couple transactions, and interacting with strangers is actually a lot of fun. It's almost like you actually have a flight you have to catch. You're like, oh my gosh, they're opening their gate, I gotta go now, or they're gonna close it. Like, you get this panic, like, my flight's now, and you're picking up your turnips and you're packing your bags and you're going to someone else's island. And this morning we went to, I believe she is actually Japanese, but at least that's what my translator says on my Twitter, is that she was actually typing in Japanese, but her turnips were selling for like, I believe around 5.54. And I was like, oh, I gotta go sell them. It's always great to sell them like really early in the week so that you have money to buy anything in the Nook shop when it comes up. So I was waking up Cal about like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I was like, wake up, we have to sell turnips. I was like, come on, get your Switch. And we jumped on and we went over there. We brought, little souvenirs, little gifts. He actually brought way more than I did. He brought like 4 gifts. And we were able to sell our turnips for a huge price. And we dropped the little gift. And, she actually said kawaii to my little outfit I had going on, which was super sweet. And I think when you came, you were dressed up as Luffy. That's
From
who
One Piece.
from One Piece, and she knew exactly who that was, which is crazy because I just find it just nuts how she knew, like, because not everyone watches anime or anything, and you dropped like 5 gifts, I believe, and she did the little shock like emote,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I think I gave her a couple box sofas and a couple cars and something else.
yeah, so the cars he's talking about are the car beds.
Yeah, the race car beds.
And I think you had a black and a red one, and then I dropped a cute black and blue, a cute bed. So I dropped that for her as well, and we left. And later on, she actually tweeted about us, and she was like, thank you so much. Luffy dropped off so much nice things for me. It was so sweet, and it's awesome that you get to connect from people from like across the world. Like it's so
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. And she wrote it all in Japanese too. And I don't know, it's just moments like that in games where I don't know, it's just so wholesome and it's so nice.
You're
It's
I guess it's not like an MMO where you're fighting something together. You're actually just literally
yeah, we're just trying to
commerce. It's
yeah, we're just trying to make some money.
it's just commerce and literally flying to an island. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's really really cool, and it's kind of bringing people together. I think it's raising people's spirits, and it's kind of keeping everyone's mind off stuff that's currently going on. And it's I don't know, it's there's something just about it that this was like the perfect storm of releasing this game with this thing, with this crazy pandemic going on, and it's like people are just really reacting well to it, and people are doing their own thing with it, and they're having fun, and I mean, heck. Kim, you've been decorating your island. You've been, changing things up.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, even me, like I like to go online and I like to look at things and get inspired. And it's cool cuz it seems like everyone else is doing this too, and people are more than happy to share their codes for their different paths and their different things that they make. And it made me want to actually make something and share it. And so I ended up making like these little Star Bells outfits. And I have full intentions of posting them and being like, here you go if you want them. But everyone's just so sharing and so nice, and it's so different than any other game. I mean, I've played a lot of MMOs, and it's very hard to find like a good group of friends in those games, like really nice people. But in Animal Crossing it seems like almost everybody's nice. So
Yeah,
it's
it
cool.
does. It does.
There's always going to be the few.
Yeah, that'll come into your town, chop down your trees, and all that stuff. But
Chop your trees,
yeah,
make some pitfalls or whatever.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it is. But it seems like for the most part, though, the community's been really good. Everyone's been friendly. Everyone's been willing to help. Obviously there's some really weird stuff going on with like people selling their villagers for like real world money. Gamers are making their own microtransactions, which is really strange to me. But
There is a lot. Yeah, you're right. There's a big impact with Animal Crossing with what people are trying to do. I even found somebody trying to, I mean, these QR codes are available online. You just got to look deep enough. They basically took a bunch of QR codes, right? And they're trying to sell this batch of, like, they just have like a preview shot basically of them, and they're like, okay, give me like $5 and I'll give you the QR codes to these things. It's like, what are you? Website Fox looking for? I don't understand. Are you red on the internet? Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, is that what you're trying to tell us? But it's a little strange when it comes to that for how people are trying to earn money, I guess, and especially with furniture sets, which eventually everyone will get. And there are so many groups cataloging those things. So I do find that a little weird, but I don't think a lot of people are doing it unless they're trying to. It's like their favorite set or something. The same with villagers. A lot of people are trying to get like the rares that do not have, I guess, amiibos.
yeah,
They don't have any way of calling them into town, but I mean, if you genuinely want that person, I feel like you'll get him eventually, or it's up to you if you really want to buy into that. But from what I've seen, really, I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it because
Yeah,
there's tons of little cute characters that I feel
there
like
is.
you can look at, you know, and
Yeah.
figure out which ones are your faves. You only get 10.
Yeah, and you're crazy and if you don't think they're gonna make amiibos for these things, you're crazy. There's money to be had. It's literally paper.
I really hope they make amiibos for, I know it's a little daring, but every
Oh man, that'd be
amiibo.
that'd be too much.
Maybe like the faves. You know, I really hope they do it for the girly ones because although every girl seems to have like Cookie and Diana, I love them. I think they're so adorable and I do really want little statues.
I know. See, they won't do that, but they will. They will definitely make the cards because the amount that they can charge for them and just the overall cost of those cards, it doesn't cost them much. It could probably cost them like cents on the dollar to create those things.
I'm wondering if they'll do like a random pack, kind of like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Pokemon cards. They give you like
Yeah,
a
like little
random pack.
booster packs. Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
I
sure
would
they
so
will.
get random packs. Those would be fun. That'd be like childhood days again.
Yeah, the only thing I don't know if Nintendo will do, I'm not sure if they'll do the random packs because I know like there's, a huge thing against like, loot boxes and stuff where you're not sure what you're buying. So, I
Mm.
mean, they could probably write on the card I mean, but there's like a ton of different card companies out there doing that right now and it's not really considered that. So, I'm not really sure if that's an issue or not. I think that's really just mainly like in game, but I'm not sure if Nintendo will go that route or not.
I'm not sure either. I don't remember them when they used to sell these card packs or cards back in the day. If you just actually picked the one that you wanted online and they just shipped that one to you. But I do know that there's a lot of creative people on Etsy that are actually making custom cards and custom coins. And it has been very interesting and really cool. And I do hope Nintendo makes their own, but at the same time, like all the really pretty ones on Etsy are very tempting and I really like hope some artists make more people
Yeah,
in their holographic cards.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. So, yeah, so we've kind of been dabbling in that. I have a Stitches amiibo. Kim, you have a few amiibo.
Yes, a few amiibo.
Amiibi?
Amiibi. Um
Amiibi?
okay, so okay,
Amoeba?
let me try to think about which ones I have here. Um
All of them.
I have Chrissy, which is like my favorite. She's this pink, really bubbly, poppy bunny, and I'm not sure if I like Francine yet because I heard that she has the snob or snooty personality type. I do not have her. I didn't want to get her yet because of that. I have Cookie. Cookie as one. Julian, which is the unicorn. Cookie is the dog, by the way. She's like a pink dog. Julian is the only unicorn that's like blue. And then I also have Willow, which is yellow, and she kind of looks like Frida, but she's really pastel and pretty. And then I have Mary, which apparently I say that wrong.
Mary.
Um, she is this kitty that has a little double chin. So she kind of looks like this chubby kitty in a way, and it's super cute. And she has like this little patch of hair and a pink nose and pink little mouth, and the bottom of her feet are like little pink paws. So it's really sweet. Um, and then of course I do have Diana and I have Fuchsia because I really liked how colorful and pretty they were, and I like deer. Even though deer are mean to me in real life, I do like deer. Fauna is super cute, but I didn't get her. I wanted the colorful ones, and you can only have 10 villagers, so I'm trying here. And I do have some that I'm kind of questionable if they're going to work in my game. One is Etoile, but Etoile, she's basically like Willow. She's this big sheep ram thing. And I'm not sure if she's a sheep or a ram, but I
She's
think
both.
she's a sheep.
She's a sham.
But she's like the one. She has like this weird scarf, I believe, or stars in her hair, and she's like purpley, light purpley, I believe. I do have. I think it's Kai. It's the elephant with the pink teacup on her head that is coming, and she is apparently really old from a older game. And I also have this other one. I'm trying to remember their names because it's the hardest part for me. Um, and I guess she is a white goat, and she has like this really cute hair flower thing, and she's, I think, white with a pastel hair, I think. But anyway, I'm not sure if they're gonna work in my game, so I'm super excited for that.
Well, that's very cool. My amiibo I said earlier was Stitches, and I wanted Stitches because he was one of my favorite villagers in the first Animal Crossing game that I played, which was Wild World. So, and I said one of. He actually was my favorite villager. So reunited after like 15 years or how many years it's been. So really excited about that.
He's finally moving in tomorrow,
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
moving in tomorrow. I kicked out my pink bear Megan, who wanted to move originally while I was trying to get enough villagers to have KK Slider come to my town. So I kind of held a little bit of a grudge with that because considering she was only there for like a couple days when she wanted to move out. So she finally got her wish. We have somebody that actually wanted to be in the town, Stitches, and I think he's going to be a much better resident. He has a lot more spirit. He has a lot more island spirit than Megan did. So yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So he'll be there tomorrow, and yeah, so
You're
I'm
like,
pretty pumped.
I'm
That's
good.
pretty much it. Yeah.
That's my game.
Um, but yeah, so we have little island tours that we're working on video. But I guess by the time by the time we're recording this, it might already be up. I don't know. Like by the time we're publishing this
Oh my
episode,
gosh, you're right.
it might already be up. So, so you guys can kind of see, I guess, what we're going for on there. But any long-term goals with your island?
I need a whole lot more of those simple panels. I realize just how valuable they are.
Oh, absolutely. We love the simple panels.
I
We've been
love
doing all
this.
kinds of stuff with the simple panels.
Yes, and I actually have a skyscraper that it's basically it's made to look like a skyscraper design that I definitely will be sharing with everybody as soon as I could get that posted up on my Tumblr. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty great. I can share these codes. Once you see the video, I'll make sure that I do put that in the description so that we could get that posted. But this has become my life now. So I think that's, there's going to be a lot to look forward to in terms of what I'm doing on here and the screenshots, maybe videos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very exciting.
It is exciting. I know that for me personally, I'm always excited to wake up every morning to, boot up the game, see what's in the shops, see what's in the the clothing store, and to see who's visiting the town. Like that's something that I really look forward to every single day, especially because we're kind of putting together this podcast room, and it's never gonna be, I guess, like a complete finished product. We always want to include more stuff and make it look cooler.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, just to see what else we could get. And both me and Kim, we are kind of against the whole time traveling thing. Like if that's the way you want to play, that's perfectly fine. We wanted to create this podcast studio as soon as we got the game, but I didn't want to compromise my enjoyment of this game just to create this podcasting, this podcasting studio. So
Mm-hmm.
I would rather just kind of wait and accumulate things organically, and or within like your friend pool. I just didn't want to reach out and try to like use real money or use a ton of bells to get something from other people and kind of ruin the, I guess, organicness of, you know what I mean? Just I like to.
Sorry, I just choked on my strawberry smoothie when I tried to say something. um, Definitely understand that. So time traveling, we want to enjoy like the winter and the change of seasons the day of that it actually happens,
Yeah.
instead of like fast forwarding and seeing what happens, going back and forth and back. There's no point. I mean, we don't have anything we want to do by time traveling. So for us, it doesn't really make any sense, to be honest with you. We like to wake up and be surprised each day. It's just one of those things you get to look forward to the next morning.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but as far as like trading, I completely understand like the excitement of trading and just going to other people's places to trade. and catalog things, especially if you just have some really bad luck. I completely understand. And
Yeah,
especially for the Nook Mile stuff that isn't tradable. Well, you can't obtain the different colors unless you trade. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
I understand that definitely, in my opinion. And I really appreciate those people who allow, trades, because I really wish they would like maybe change that catalog every month or something, so that if you don't have or don't want to play with friends or strangers, you have the option to get all those colors, eventually within time.
Yeah.
So I really hope they do something about that, to be honest. But if not, there's tons of friendly people that are willing to trade. Definitely break out of your shell. It's not going to last forever. Just go out, try to get it, and be done with it, and you'll be happy. Now, if
Hmm.
you're like me, I'm a nut, and I'm pretty sure I have like 8 pink vending machines on my island now. Because I just can't stop collecting them. I just find new ways to use it. So, but I got like the pink pastel teacup rides, and I definitely traded with people to get those, and I gave them some of the pink items I had. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But when it comes to paying real life money for anything, I think it's kind of foolish because people are more than happy to help you get what you want.
Yeah, I think that if you're in a situation where you really want a piece of furniture and it looks like your only option is to acquire it through an actual transaction, like they want you to Vimo them or something, um, I feel like you just need to wait because I mean there's going to be someone else that has it.
Make a post. Make a post. I'm going to tell you right now, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr. Make a post. People will be talking to you. What you got? What do you want to trade for? Sure, why not? I don't mind. Here, have it. I mean, I've given people things without any charge, and I'd be more than happy to do it again and again because it's just the right thing to do. So
Yeah. And I think most people are really good about it. You just kind of, see some people doing the whole money transaction thing, kind of like, I don't know what the saying is. It's like something spoils a couple bad apples spoil the batch or something. I don't know what it is.
they are the
Yeah.
spoiled turnips.
Yeah. So, it's, you just kind of have to avoid that. But, I guess, with my island, I just am kind of, trying to make it somewhat one piecey in a way. What's that mean? I don't really know. Just I'm using those wood planks, which you guys will see in the in the island tour. But I'm just trying to basically capture what I think of, I guess One Piece in a way. So I want to have like a fish market and all kinds of stuff at the opening, which my opening's not very big because it's right in front of the town
the
center.
the plaza.
Yeah,
So
right in front of the plaza. But playing the game though, there's so much to do. There's so many things that we can still work on, and it's not limited to certain tasks and then you're done for the day like the other Animal Crossing games were. So they definitely improved that aspect a lot. Like we can literally find things to do in the game throughout the
I
day.
I could tell you right now, I literally have an amusement park, an entry town center thing going on. I have like a graveyard. Not sure why I made one, but it's a very cute graveyard. I have a Starbells. Brewster's gonna be somewhere eventually, I guess. So I'm gonna plop him somewhere nearby. I have a bakery. I plan on having a diner. I'm planning on having a nail salon. I mean, there's just so many things you could do, and so many paths that you can have. And I will say that you are limited. Your paths are limited. Like your custom slots for paths and grass. And if that's the case, definitely try to make your own designs, because if you do upload them in the Able Sisters kiosk, you can actually get those back. And that's like another little upload space anyway. Just know that if someone has your artist code, they can access it. So if you don't really want to share, you don't post it.
Just don't share it.
Just keep it in your inventory. But I've actually stored quite a few of my things that I decided I didn't want and replaced with things that I found on the internet I liked more. So definitely consider doing that. You just can't upload other people's works. So I think, I don't know exact number of slots that you can have, but
Oh, I'm not sure either. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a lot, but not a ton.
yeah, and I have maxed out already. I can tell you that I cannot get any more.
And I wonder if they're going to eventually make like a quality of life update and, expand that.
I honestly hope so because it's a very creative game, and for the amount of slots they give you for paths, I think they should definitely give us maybe a little more. An extra 10 slots.
Yeah,
Extra 10
absolutely.
would be really good actually.
Yeah,
So,
because I was watching, there's this one video that's kind of floating around, and it's basically like, an Animal Crossing fan's like dream Nintendo Direct. And there were certain aspects that, he went in and he did a very good job editing, actually. But just of different changes that Nintendo could make to Animal Crossing to just kind of improve its quality of life. And one of them was the crafting mechanic. And he put in there an option to, say you're crafting fish bait, instead of crafting one at a time, it allows you to select a number, like, a quantity of how many that you want to craft. And it actually looks way better. You could just select, I want, 10 bait. You can put it in there and he'll go through.
ironically, I thought that was in the game. I just thought I didn't know the button for
No,
it.
it's not. You have to do one at a
So,
time. So if you want to craft a ton
mm,
of bait, you could be spending like an hour on there trying to craft like, 30 pieces or whatever.
yeah.
So that's definitely something that they need to look into changing. And there's some other things in there too. That's the one that stood out to me the most.
I would also like to point out that it is rumored, or it's rumored that there is going to be a customizable, fences basically, because there have been screenshots with white picket fences, but you cannot have a white picket fence, okay? Unless that is an event item, which would be kind
Mm,
of crazy, but I mean, I could see it and maybe being a possibility. There is a white picket fence, and there's no way we can paint our wooden fences right now, which has me thinking there's going to be an update to fix that or implement it once they maybe like make sure there's not going to be bugs with it, with the other customization features, I guess.
yeah.
I don't really know. I really hope that gets implemented because the wooden fences are the majority of the fences you can get right now, and they're not like, there's the lattice fence, there's the pure looking fence. It has like these. There's like a privacy looking fence that they're all wooden, and they are wood. And if you have a different wood color going on in your town, it's not gonna help. So
Yeah.
really hope that is a feature.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that, judging by how fast they updated the game, they put red in there and they put leaf in there, and they're having like these different events. I think that that's kind of shown that Nintendo kind of set the tone there, that they're going to be aggressive with this game in terms of updating. They're going to basically be attacking this game, and I think we're going to see incremental updates very frequently, actually. I think that at some point in time, we're going to see Brewster. I think Brewster is going to, it kind of makes sense for him to be, kind of like a fall update. But I could also see him being available in the summer. And now not only does he sell coffee, but he also sells like, sodas and
Ice
different kinds of
cream.
drinks and ice cream and food items as well. I think we're gonna see something like that, and who knows, maybe him along with another character that's being repurposed, will be in there as well. And then of course, when that happens, instead of performing in the plaza, maybe KK Slider goes and starts working at, starts performing inside Brewster's, food area, cafe, or whatever it's considered,
Which would be awesome.
which would be awesome. So I think that we're definitely going to see something pop up. It wouldn't be surprising if it was like a snack shack or a diner of some sort. But I think eventually we're going to see something like that come out. And I think that they will make quality of life changes to the game too. I think we're going to see things that we want to have added, because I mean, really, it just benefits them to do so. You have such a big player base that it's worth supporting this and worth keeping people active. because it's just going to make more people want to buy the game. So it's really, really exciting.
It's like they had a Nokia or something.
Yeah, right?
Here's
Oh,
like
God.
Nokia, which is like this certain type of furniture or something. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, like furniture that breaks. It's just the Nokia.
Oh,
Gotta go craft some more.
I'm sorry.
Does the furniture you craft break in the game?
No.
Are you sure you're not just gonna like wake up one morning and it's like, oh, the drawer won't go back in?
It looks all disheveled. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like, oh, the leg kind of twisted around and now it's crooked.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if they had updated it so that anything you craft could break?
Oh, we're missing a hardware piece.
What's wrong with my fence? What's wrong? Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I think Nintendo's gonna want to make people have as much creative tools with this game as possible, because like I said, it's already so impressive what people have done already with the game. So I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, so this is just kind of like our little Animal Crossing rant here. We're gonna have more episodes inside this podcast studio here on Raftel or Raftel. I'm not really sure how they pronounce it because I've only ever heard it pronounced in Japanese, which, admittedly doesn't sound anything like Raftel. So, yeah, we're going to have tons of new episodes in this. This is the new YouTube format until we have our own podcast studio in real life with cameras and lights and all kinds of crazy good stuff. So you guys can, of course, find us on your typical podcast platform. And, of course, now you can find us consistently on YouTube every Thursday.
Woo!
Every Thursday morning. Check in and see what we're up to. You guys can rely on us being there. So, until next time, keep on keeping on. Kim, do you want to say anything else?
I have Mary.
It is Mary. See you guys in the next episode.